Well, just like that, we are on the final countdown to Christmas. It is so hard to believe it is just a few weeks away. So we are definitely in prep mode around here and have a lot of fun stuff up our sleeve here this morning. And hopefully we'll get a lot accomplished here today. But starting off here with some breakfast this morning, I'm doing something that's normally our Sunday morning tradition, and that is baked oatmeal. I forgot apples. Okay, I'll have to go grab those yet. But I thought this would be fun to share my recipe with you guys. I haven't shared this one in quite a while, and it's a really easy one to do that just feels a little bit special. And it's also really nice in the winter since it's a warm breakfast, and we are definitely feeling those cooler temps. In fact, I have laundry hanging out there now for 3 days. I didn't realize the first day it was supposed to rain, and so it got rained on. Yesterday morning I woke up and it was like frozen. So hopefully sometime today we can think of it at the right time and bring it in when it is dry. Okay, I did 3 cups of rolled oats, and then I'm gonna add a cup of milk. Okay, then you can do this. This is 2/3 cups of maple syrup. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Avi is adding a little sprinkle of salt, and then we have, I don't know, about a tablespoon here of cinnamon. And then we're going to also add 2 eggs. And then fruit, I like to change up depending on what's in season. So this time of the year, we're doing a lot of apples or frozen fruit. So I have some frozen blueberries in the freezer, that sort of thing. In the summer, it's often strawberries. It's just kind of a fun way to keep it exciting. Actually, you know what? Let's put the apples on the top today. Often I'll just stir them in, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of arrange them on the top.
Apple.
Apple. You like apples, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Arranging this in kind of like a rose. Oh, that's not ready yet. Okay, totally forgot to mention, I normally also would add vanilla extract. I don't have any right now, but I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon over this, and then we'll be ready to bake it. When I'm in a rush, I'll bake this at like 390 to 400 for closer to 20 minutes if I have a little more time. My preference is 350 for more like half an hour or till it's golden. So we're gonna pop this in the oven, and then you can have breakfast. While that's baking, I have some bread dough here that I need to put into pans. We have so been enjoying this recipe. This is actually from my friend Rosanna over on Instagram. I'm trying to remember her handle, but I'll put it down for you, as well as the recipe, because this is a long fermented fresh milled sourdough bread, and it gets nice and fluffy, which I have found since starting fresh milled that can be a little bit hard to find, and I'm still playing with it. This is only my 3rd time making it, and right now I'm wondering if I should have added a little bit more flour, but the other 2 times have turned out so good and delicious. So we're gonna pop those in, well, not pop those in the oven. I'm gonna shape those now, and then that actually needs to rise for another 3 to 5 hours, and then they'll be ready to bake. I feel like this fall/winter, I have been more into soups than I ever remember being. I don't know if it's all of the bone broth we've been cooking or what it is, but really been enjoying that, and this is the perfect thing to complement a steaming bowl of soup. While you're watching, let me know in the comments below what's something you're excited about cooking or baking leading up to Christmas, or even Christmas traditions and things like that. We'll be talking about that a little bit later here today. I would be so curious to learn more about how you are celebrating the season. What did you draw? Lots of fancy elves. Bring it a little closer, let's see it. Hearts and flowers and faces. That's great. Good job, Leslie. I'm gonna poke these a couple times, just helps with the air pockets. And then I'm gonna cover these with some plastic wrap and let them rise. Well, our fire is taking its dear old time getting it going. We need to get more firewood. We just had this giant log that I was trying to get lit. Anyway, I think it is starting now, which is so exciting. This is, by the way, is one of my very favorite hangout spots through the whole winter Christmas season. So incredibly cozy. And then, of course, the fire is so inviting when it gets so cold. One thing about old houses is that it has drafty windows. So that's something we've been working on for years now that we've been here, trying to get it more airtight each winter and more draft free. But there were times you would literally feel the wind through the window. So this is a very nice place to be when that's happening. But then also I've been thinking I want to play around with the beehive oven. This part of the house was built in the 1700s. So we have that old-fashioned beehive oven in this fireplace as well. In the summer, it can get plenty warm in here when you're using it. But it's a really fun thing to play with in the winter and do like brick oven pizzas and that kind of thing. I also want to bake more breads in there and just have fun with it. But in my arm here, I have a load of candles to share with you. Again, Antique Candle Company is sponsoring this portion of today's video. And if you've been around for even just a short while, you probably know how much I love these candles. They are poured right here in the USA. And I love that they have clean wax, clean wick, clean scent. I know so many of you are loving these as well. I keep getting messages. Thank you for introducing us to Antique Candle and how much you guys are loving them. So that makes me super happy. So I'm going to go through some of these scents that I have with me today, but they are currently running a huge sale. Actually ends tomorrow, so jump on it if you want in on it. But they have up to 50% off their entire website. So many good scents. So you can really find anything, no matter what like scents you gravitate toward. But on top of that sale, they actually are offering you a little gift set, which, by the way, I'm planning to use some of these candles as stocking stuffers. And a regular 16-ounce candle would be an amazing stocking stuffer. But also this little gift set, it is so cute. Comes in this adorable little cotton pouch and has 3 little sample candles. So this is peppermint bark. We have Tree Farm, and then also Christmas Day. So this you'll need to add to your cart when you have at least one 16-ounce candle in there. You'll add this, and with the code Golden Hour, you can get that gift set free on top of the already crazy discounted price of the sale. So super great time to really stock up for Christmas or even for the new year. Some scents here: maple butter, warm caramel crumble. I've been burning this one, loving it. Josh really loves that one actually as well. Tree Farm. If you have an artificial Christmas tree, highly recommend burning this one. It smells just like a live Christmas tree. Peppermint bark, another really fun one for the winter. And then fluffy coffee, not a winter specific one, but definitely that warm, cozy smell as well. So I hope that helps you out. You do not need to be a first-time buyer to take advantage of the sale or of the gift set. I'm sure that probably makes a lot of you really happy that have already been loving their candles. I'll leave the link for that as well as the discount code in the description box below, and I hope that helps you out on some Christmas shopping this year. It's hard to believe how quickly the morning flies by some days, but I thought for lunch here we would do a kind of like a zuppa toscana. And yes, definitely another one of those warming soups. When it just gets cold like this, what's better than a nice cup of soup, right? And all those nutritional benefits of the broth and veggies as well. But I say zuppa toscana lightly because it's definitely just a bit of a tossed together version. I don't really follow a recipe, although I will try to leave one in the description box below. That's good. But before our first heavy frost hit, which was really late for us this year, I went out and picked pretty much everything I could think of in the garden. We were loaded with herbs and lots of peppers, and so I could freeze them, I could can them, but nothing is as good as fresh, so I'm just trying to use as many of them as I can fresh. So I'm gonna add some of those as well, and then of course the potatoes, the kale. I'm just going to use freeze-dried kale from the garden this year, and we'll throw that together. And then I did pop in a loaf of bread. I would have liked to let it rise a little bit longer. It rose for about 3 hours, but it's going to be time to have that baking in order for it to be done by lunch. So I think it'll be fine. Every so often, Josh moves some cows down from the milking barn down to what we call the maternity ward or the dry cow barn, and the kids love this. So basically it's like a little rodeo in our yard where they try to, you know, steer them into the correct pen, but they're kind of free range, right? There's no fence around them. And so let me show you what that's like. Smooth one. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes they go crazy, they come stomping up around the house, but this time they just went straight in, so that was fun. It has been so long since I have gone thrifting, but I went twice in the past week, and so I thought it'd be fun to do a little thrift haul, and this one is largely Christmas themed. Not everything is. The first thing actually isn't, and it's not that exciting, I guess. It's this little doll pattern. Kyra has gotten more into sewing and showing an interest in that, and so I thought this would be a really fun one for her. And then this one I thought looked so fun. This is a Christmas puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces, so it will definitely take us a little while. It's called The Farrier's Visit, but I thought it looked so cute, and it's this vintage little thing. Anyway, adorable. Next up, I could not decide whether or not to buy this, but a while ago, actually a couple years ago now probably, I saw a set at this exact thrift store that had a whole tea set with characters similar to this. It wasn't a Christmas specific one. It was the exact tea set that my cousin had when I was little, and I loved it back then. And pretty much as soon as I left that thrift store, I regretted not picking up that tea set. So I thought, I don't know if this is tacky or cute, but I know the kids will really, really love it, and they have. It's been such a hit. Kyra's actually begging to collect teapots like this now. And the truth is, it is pretty cute. I asked on Instagram what you guys thought of it, and somebody said, oh, it looks like Ralph Lauren. And Ralph Lauren is very trending this year, right? So I guess we'll just go with that. But this has definitely brought a lot of smiles as we get into festive drinks and even just like pots of tea and things like that. So super fun. Got a little tractor for William. I had actually contemplated, well, I was thinking stocking stuffer, but then I was like, well, that's a little big for a stocking. But he was along and he saw it and he named it and claimed it. We came home and he has not let it go anywhere yet. So I guess this was his little reward for going shopping. But then something I did pick up and have been able to keep hidden are 2 more little tractors, and these are not actually tractors, I guess. This one maybe is. The other one is more of a, what's this digger thing called? But these I am saving for his stocking. He is very into tractor everything. And then I picked up this tiny little cast iron pan. I have been loving using my new cast iron from Caraway. I love it so, so much. I know this isn't necessarily Caraway quality, but cast iron in general is just so heavy duty. And I've been wanting a little one just to fry like an egg or 2 and that kind of thing. And so I was happy to see that there. This next one is a little bit uncharacteristic of me. It's a very bright yellow butter dish, but is it not so cute? I don't know. I love this kind of material, whatever this is. I thought it was so cute. This reminds me of my sister 1,000%, and so I'm gonna miss her every time that I see it in my kitchen, I think. But it just looked so happy sitting there, and I had to take it home with me. I've actually been looking for a butter dish for quite some time. So while I don't usually gravitate toward yellow, this like buttery yellow I thought was super fun. Okay, next up are ornaments. I'm very slowly collecting ornaments for our tree. I love kind of the vintagey old ones, and I thought these were adorable. One says Christmas 1995 and one says Christmas 1997. The ends of them actually look like little books, which I thought was so cute. And then they actually have 2 different nursery rhymes. They both say Mother Goose. And then this one has Little Boy Blue, and it's actually like 3D. I don't know, what do you call that? But super cute. And then the little story. And this one has Jack and Jill. So that's been a fun one. All ready for the kids even as they are hanging on the tree. My whole purpose for going thrifting was I'm looking for big serving bowls and mixing bowls. A number of my favorite ones and also like bigger ones have broken over the past year maybe, and we are getting ready to host. So when I'm filming this, it's actually the week before Thanksgiving, and we're getting ready to host an entire children's choir over Thanksgiving. So it'll be about 45 people here. So I've just been realizing, even for us as a family, we don't have too many serving bowls. Anytime I host, I'm like, I need to get more bowls. But now to think of hosting 45 people, they'll be around for a couple days over Thanksgiving. I was feeling desperate. I didn't find anything big, unfortunately, but I did find a couple smaller ones that I'm thinking you would put what, like condiments in this, pretty much salsa or sour cream for a crowd of $1.45, but this is a perfect size and shape bowl for rising artisan loaves, and so I thought that was a fun one. I also like the pottery look, and then these both are also that like stoneware look, but just again smaller bowls, which is not exactly what I was looking for, but I also definitely could use those, so I was excited for that. And then I picked up 2 little Christmas tree mugs. Mugs are kind of my thing. I love supporting any small shops that have mugs. That's like my little souvenir, if you will, my thing I like to gather. So these were fun. I thought they would be cute for Christmas, and they're also pretty small, so nice for little hands with hot cocoa. I picked up 2 of these little, what do you call these, tins, Christmas tins, and my purpose for that was actually to store card games. So this one I just put phase 10, and this one I actually didn't put anything in yet, but I thought that could be nice rather than having them scattered or trying to keep them with like a rubber tie, and just kind of, I don't know, just adds a little character to the cupboard. So we'll see. I would need quite a few more to actually store all of our games that way, but it's a start. And then finally, oh my goodness, I saw these and I was immediately like, the girls would love this. They were in their like new boxes. I think they probably had been opened before, but they were in the new boxes. They look brand new. I put them in my cart and then I set them back. I tried 4 different times. I started putting them back and I was like, no, they're too good of a price and the girls would love them too much. So finally I caved and I bought them, but they are these 2 little caroler dolls. Whoops, the boy's hat is kind of over his eyes there. They are so cute. They're dressed in cream and gold, and then their shoes, everything about them was just too good to pass up. So the girls have a couple porcelain dolls, so now they actually want to, after I'm done with the thrift haul, I'm going to see if I can help them get their little books. So they made little songbooks for their porcelain dolls to hold, and they want to set up a whole little like caroling band in their room for Christmas, which I think is so, so sweet. But that was definitely a fun little find, and hopefully one that kind of becomes their nostalgic Christmas thing if they continue to have so much fun with that. Be careful with that one. Good job. Well, it seems to be approved. Josh came in here and he said, oh, I actually really like it in that corner. And the girls came in here, they like it in this corner. It really makes it feel really cozy for reading here. So I think we're gonna keep it there. But I thought we should do a little outfit of the day. How long since we've done that, right? The jacket is from New Flora's November collection. Love, love it. It is definitely like vintage inspired. It reminds me very much of like Charles Dickens, like a vintagey Christmas perfection. And then this dress is from Main Street Exchange, which is a pretty local to me modest clothing shop. And then I have another one here from them as well that I wanted to point out. This is more like, it's called Sage Green on the website. I feel like it looks more like a dark gray, but it's this beautiful velvet, and both of those are available on their holiday shop. What are you doing, bud? You're checking out all these thrift things, huh? Which is your favorite? The tractor or the teapot? He loves that teddy bear teapot.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
There are so many more things that I had hoped to show you in this video. I have to at least show you this, but then I am also starting to really feel the weight of hosting all those people in a couple of days, so that has to take precedence right now. One really fun project we've been working on though is these little embroidery things. These are little stocking tags. I got these tiny little embroidery hoops off of Amazon, as well as a thread actually. And then this was just a dress that was not fitting me well. And so I just cut it up, but you could obviously use any fabric. You can even order fabric on Amazon or Hobby Lobby, a bunch of places. So I just glued the back on So this is what it looks like when I just finished embroidering it, and I used a water-soluble marker to first write the name and then I embroider it on, but then I'll just take the back like this and just hot glue it in around the frame. And I just think it's such a fun idea. Tie it on with a ribbon. And then if your kids see you and are completely wanting to embroider as well, which is what happened in our case, get them to embroider some of these as ornaments for the tree. I think this is the sweetest, most sentimental little thing. They wrote their names on some of these extra ones and their ages, and I think this is going to be such a fun keepsake. So I need to do the same thing here and glue the back in. But to sit and embroider in the evenings has been one of our favorite things, and so I don't know what all we'll be embroidering here. We have a couple more ideas up our sleeve, but this has been really fun. So maybe that gives you a little bit of inspiration. I also have some DIY gifts that I had wanted to show you at least a little bit of, but let me know in the comments below if you have anything specific that you would like to see. I feel like this season leading up to Christmas, I never have enough weeks to film all the things that I wish I could. So I would love to hear the things that you're most interested in, whether that be like gift guides or baking or what it is that you like to see. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were inspired. Don't forget to check out Antique Candle Company if you are looking to stock up on those candles during the sale, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Golden thing.